someone in your past, there had to be a mentor, there had to be someone that gave you that courage to think a little out of the box. Because Brooke, you seem like almost a little angry, which is it's completely fine. Whatever gets us to where we need to be. But there was somebody in there or something that gave you a little more confidence than you realize. And I'm wondering if you both know who that is or who kind of played some role in your lives that gave you that confidence to think differently.
I can go first. Honestly, me and Brooke have a little bit more in common than what people think. I came from also a single mom
You did.
who struggled a lot to maintain money. So money came in, money went out. And I saw myself living in lack a lot. And that's one of the reasons why the military for me was the best way out of my situation. Being in the military and being a soldier, having great leaders taught me the importance of saving and investing, even though I was doing it traditionally.
Discipline too, you think? I'm that's just really interesting what you're saying. Something
Yes.
happened where you started to realize, you know what, if I put my mind to something, I can figure it out.
You know what really triggered me? That first $300 check that I got in the military, because it was my first check that
Ah,
I ever got paid. I was like, oh my God. And kid you not, I took at least $20 and I put it in a savings account. It
that's a
was just
high
something.
though, right? That's a little bit of a high. When you got that first check,
Yes,
that
yes, because
yeah.
I never went through that. Like I never experienced that until that time.
Well, that's amazing, Brooke. I want to hear a little bit more about your journey because I got it couldn't have been very easy, right? You saw a lot going on, and something fueled you. And then I want to understand where your brothers and sisters are because it's interesting if you're in the middle child or you that first child. Where is all that going?
So I'm the oldest of six
You're the
kids.
oldest, okay?
And our family is military, so I got bumped around a lot, and there's a lot of instability. And we have four daughters of colors, and we're a blended family, okay? And so that's really once I became a mom, I was more inspired to do this. And I knew I wanted to be in real estate because during COVID, working for the corporate world, a lot of the craziness came out, and I felt like I had golden handcuffs, and I was missing out on a lot
Oh
of
my
things.
gosh. No, you know what? That is the time when people said, I am no longer going to be beholden to
Right.
any one thing that controls my destiny. So that's a very good thing that came out of that for you and your daughters,
Yes.
to be quite honest. Like some different things that you experienced, you are now taking to them. But go ahead, that's fascinating.
Yeah, and so growing up with an unstable childhood and then being the only woman in the space in corporate, the only woman in sales team, and as I continued to move up the corporate ladder, I was tired of kind of giving, Brooke, take the notes or do this, do that. I'm like, this little thing started, hey, we're having a birthday party. Why don't you go pick up the cake? Who the hell do you think you are? And I always joke around that I was a Latino man in previous life because I'm a woman, but I have a man mentality sometimes. So I went to
Yeah.
these real estate events. I went to over 19, 20 events in my first year. I was like, where the hell is all the women? And then I was thinking of my daughters, and I brought my oldest, who'll be 17 tomorrow, and
Birthday
put
to
her,
her.
yeah, and put her in the space because I was learning from millionaires and billionaires and
Oh
people
gosh.
30 years ahead of me saying, well, Brooke, you're a high income earner. Why aren't you putting it as a passive investor? And you could be wiping out taxes, Brooke. You could be monthly or getting quarterly disbursements. I'm like, what is this you say? What? Passive income?
Right,
Talk to
right. Everyone likes that. What do we first? Don't you think passive income? You're laying and you're drinking on like a nice mojito or
Yes.
something by a
Yeah.
pool. That's what we envision the passive income, right? We have our nails painted. I don't think that's
It
really, but
sounds
it sounds
true.
good.
I know. And so I'm going around and it's dominantly men, right?
Yeah.
And so then I paid for the paid mentorship with Grant Cardone. And for me, coming from sales and marketing, to me, it was just another product I had to learn. And when I was listening to people talk and they're acquiring assets, I'm like, I got this. I can do this. They're free. My daughters, I want them to be able to do work they enjoy, not work that they have to do.
Right.
And my brothers and sisters are in different, like, and we're also a blended family. So, like, I have a sister who is a director of marketing for a company out of Ohio. And then I have a couple brothers who are in construction. And then my other sister runs a bank.
Okay.
And yeah, and so we're all sprawled across the board to get back to Good
So,
question.
no. So it's fascinating, but if you know what I hear from both of you is you both want more secure futures for yourself and
Correct,
your
for
loved
sure.
ones, and that's the number one drive that I think.
Freedom.
Although I'm in more of the corporate world, but do some things on the side, I'm right there with you, Brooke. That I've also experienced that same sort of mentality, and I do wonder. Sometimes I blame myself because I think we as women are nurturers, and I just feel that it's always been kind of ingrained that you want to take care of others. You want to make sure that they're happy first, and sometimes we let that bleed over into some really important areas of our lives. So, kudos to you both for kind of figuring some things out and thinking broadly and changing the next generation.